Hi, this is Anthony Webb from the 100 Academy of Sport, Strength and Conditioning. Just a quick review of some of the testing information so you can compare some of your results against some of the regional and state norms. So the first thing we're going to look at up on the top left there is some squat mechanics. So really important for netball because there's lots of lunging and squatting and changing direction that you understand basically some mechanics about how you squat. So looking at our spider graph there, you can see basically what the red lines mean is you get a score. 0 is pain. There's nothing on this one, but basically the larger the spider web, the better. So one is poor, 2 is fair, 3 is good. So essentially for each area, you want at least a 2 out of 3. So just working our way around, parallel tibia to trunk is a bit of an idea about your flexibility through the ankles in your squatting position. The next one around VLL, valgus lunging on the left and valgus lunging on the right. So we're looking at basically a lunging pattern. If you have a valgus pattern, usually that's a sign that your ankle flexibility is poor and your hip stability can be poor as well, or one and both the same. So this particular athlete here, the template athlete, you can see their lunging patterns and mechanics aren't real good. We look down the bottom there and it's got VSL and VSR, so valgus squat right and left. So looking at valgus patterning, as in knee dropping in, looking at when you're squatting as well. So this person scored a 2 out of 3 on both of those, looking at the knees and the hip stability. Neutral spine, how straight you keep your spine when you're loading and lunging and squatting. So a 2 out of 3, and that's our spider graph. So generally, with the spider graphs, the larger the spider web, the better. Moving in the middle in the right there, 5, 10, and 20 metre sprint. So you can see we've actually got the individual scores in blue. The regional norms are in orange, and the state norms are in grey. So generally looking at a 5 metre sprint, you're after about 1 to 1.1 seconds. So this athlete's done fair, 1.18. Around the 1.9 is a regional norm for 10 metre sprint and about a 3.4, which is pretty quick for a 20 metre sprint as well there. But you can see generally for your netball athlete, 5 and 10 metre sprint stuff is very important. Moving across again to the yo-yo, we run a yo-yo test multiple times a year. This individual has got 15.1, which is good, which is above the state norm. Saying that, we did have girls in our regional squad which scored in the 16s and well into the 17s as well. So 14 is fair. 14 we say is a pretty good standard first time round, but ideally aiming for that 15, 16 and above. Vertical jump below that, so the regional standard is about a 45, the state norm is about 55. This athlete scored 38, so fair, a little bit of work to go, but some of the state level athletes who are 6 foot tall, some of them jump 60, 70 centimetres, so a big increase as you get up into the higher leagues as well. The last one, bottom left there, the 10.55, which is the one direction change agility test. Generally, the lower the number, the better. So a 2.6 for state, a 2.7 seconds for the regional norm, and this athlete's got a 2.82. So you can see that gives you a bit of an idea about where you're faring from endurance and jumping ability, jumping mechanics and squatting, lunging mechanics, as well as sprints and change of direction. So it's a good, fair idea of where you're at. There's lots of other things we can test, which it does explain in the feedback there. It's a minimal screening test to start off with, which gives you a good, fair idea as to what you're working on and what you need to work on for netball. So you can compare these with the norms, looking at region and state, ideally eventually looking at state norms and with that being the goal. But if you have any other further questions with this, you can always ask the sports science, strength and conditioning staff at 100 Academy of Sport. Thanks, this is Anthony.